For years, royal watchers saw carefully staged appearances, polished smiles, and picture-perfect family moments from the Princess of Wales. But behind the royal titles, the grand ceremonies, and the palace traditions, there were quieter moments that revealed something very different about Princess Catherine. Moments no one expected. Moments where the future queen stopped acting like royalty and simply became human. From comforting grieving mothers to abandoning royal schedules just to greet excited children waiting behind barriers. These emotional interactions slowly transformed public opinion about Catherine in a way palace advisors could never manufacture. Because according to royal commentators, the moments people remember most are rarely the grand speeches or official photographs. They are the unscripted ones, the moments where emotion unexpectedly breaks through royal protocol. Before we uncover the touching moments that convinced many royal observers, Princess Catherine may become one of the monarchy's most emotionally connected future queens. Make sure to subscribe to Crowned Insider and turn on notifications so you never miss another royal update. One of the most heartbreaking moments happened during a charity event connected to a children's hospice appeal. At the time, Catherine was pregnant herself. The atmosphere inside the event was already emotional, with families sharing painful stories about children facing serious medical conditions. But according to people present that day, everything changed when Princess Catherine met a grieving mother named Leah Smith. Leah had tragically lost her baby daughter Beatrice to a rare heart condition. Royal protocol usually keeps interactions respectful but measured. A few comforting words, a handshake, a brief exchange before moving forward. But witnesses say Catherine did something completely unexpected. Instead of maintaining distance, she quietly stepped forward and embraced the grieving mother in a deeply emotional hug. For several seconds, cameras captured a scene that barely felt royal at all. Not a duchess speaking to a member of the public, just one mother comforting another mother experiencing unimaginable pain. According to attendees, many people inside the room became visibly emotional watching the interaction unfold. And for royal commentators, that moment revealed something important about Catherine's public image, because unlike older generations of royalty trained to remain emotionally reserved at all times, Catherine increasingly appeared willing to let compassion override formality. But heartbreaking moments are only one reason so many people feel emotionally connected to the Princess of Wales. Sometimes it's the smaller interactions that leave the strongest impression. During a school outing connected to her early childhood initiative, Princess Catherine joined a group of children visiting the National Portrait Gallery in London. At first, many assumed it would be a standard royal appearance, a short greeting, photographs, a quick speech before leaving. Instead, Catherine reportedly stayed with the children throughout large parts of the visit, chatting naturally, laughing with them, and walking alongside them like an ordinary parent supervising a school field trip. For the children, it was surreal. Imagine boarding a school bus only to discover the future queen casually speaking with you during the journey. Royal commentators later noted how unusually relaxed Catherine appeared throughout the event. No exaggerated formality, no visible royal stiffness, just genuine engagement. And, according to palace insiders, moments like these are not accidental. Catherine has reportedly spent years trying to modernize how younger royals connect with the public, especially children. One issue particularly close to Catherine's heart is children's mental health. Unlike many ceremonial royal causes that fade quietly into the background, this became something she consistently returned to again and again. According to royal observers, Catherine repeatedly emphasized the importance of giving children emotional security during their earliest years, and when she spoke publicly about the subject, her words often felt deeply personal. During Children's Mental Health Week, the Princess of Wales explained why the issue mattered so much to her. She spoke about growing up in a stable environment where she felt safe expressing herself, learning and developing emotionally. And according to Catherine, every child deserves that same opportunity. Royal commentators believe this issue became even more meaningful after she became a mother herself, because behind palace walls, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis are not simply heirs to the throne. They are children growing up beneath extraordinary public pressure, and according to insiders, Catherine reportedly became fiercely protective of preserving normality inside their family life wherever possible. One particularly emotional moment happened during a visit to the East Anglia Children's Hospice. The hospice supports children facing severe and life-threatening conditions. For many public figures, these visits can sometimes feel formal or rehearsed, but viewers noticed something strikingly different about Catherine's interactions. She spoke directly to the children. Rather than speaking around them, she laughed with them, listened carefully, asked questions naturally, and according to body language experts, Catherine consistently treated the children as individuals first, not simply patients. That distinction mattered enormously to families watching, because in environments centered around illness, many parents later explained that feeling emotionally seen can mean everything. Then came one of the most touching moments during the COVID lockdown period. While much of the world remained isolated, Princess Catherine launched the Hold Still photography project, documenting emotional experiences during the pandemic. One photograph especially captured public attention. A young girl named Mila Snedden was photographed separated from parts of her family while undergoing chemotherapy for leukemia. The image became a heartbreaking symbol of isolation experienced by vulnerable children during lockdown. As part of the project, Mila later joined a video call with Princess Catherine herself. 2. First, the conversation appeared simple and sweet, but then the discussion turned unexpectedly adorable. Mila asked the princess whether she owned a princess dress. Catherine smiled and revealed her favorite color was pink. And then she made a promise. She told Mila she would wear pink when they finally met in person. Months later, when the long-awaited meeting finally happened, Catherine arrived wearing a bright pink outfit exactly as promised. It was a small gesture, but online, millions reacted emotionally. Because in a world where public promises are constantly forgotten, the future queen remembered a promise made to a seriously ill child during a difficult moment in her life. Another interaction that quietly went viral happened during a remembrance event. Our young boy noticed the poppy pinned to Catherine's coat and pointed toward it curiously. Instead of brushing the moment aside, the princess immediately knelt down to his eye level and carefully explained what the poppy symbolized. To many viewers, the interaction lasted only seconds, but royal commentators later pointed out why the moment resonated so strongly, because Catherine instinctively lowered herself physically to meet the child's perspective, rather than expecting him to adapt to royal formality. And according to child development specialists, gestures like that communicate respect, emotional safety, and attentiveness in ways many adults don't even realize. During another visit to a forest kindergarten, Princess Catherine completely abandoned traditional royal stiffness altogether. Instead of simply touring the site from a distance, she joined children outdoors as they chopped wood, explored nature, and helped build fires. Witnesses described the atmosphere as unusually relaxed. Then came the moment that instantly exploded online. One little boy suddenly walked up and asked Catherine for a hug. Without hesitation, the Princess of Wales stopped everything she was doing and warmly embraced him in front of cameras. It lasted only a few seconds, but for many viewers, it became one of the most emotionally genuine royal moments in recent memory. Soon afterward, Catherine was seen laughing, holding hands with children, and even skipping alongside them through the forest paths. Not performing, not posing, simply interacting naturally. Royal observers say one reason Catherine connects so strongly with children is because she often behaves less like a distant royal figure and more like an experienced parent. That instinct became obvious during a visit alongside Prince William to a marine energy center. As staff attempted to move the royal couple quickly through the official schedule, Catherine suddenly noticed a group of children waiting nearby. Most royals would continue following protocol. But, according to witnesses, Catherine quietly changed direction and walked straight towards the children instead. She greeted them individually, complimented their outfits, laughed with them, and ignored pressure to stay on schedule. For the children, the moment was unforgettable. And online, people praised the interaction as refreshingly authentic. One especially heartwarming story involved a little girl named Lily Rose Logan. The child had been waiting excitedly outside following Catherine's visit to a textile manufacturer. As the royal convoy began leaving, Lily repeatedly shouted, "Hello, Princess!" Most assumed the vehicles would continue driving, but according to witnesses, Catherine suddenly asked the driver to stop. The princess then stepped out of the convoy entirely, just to greet the little girl personally. What happened next made the moment even sweeter. Lily handed Catherine her favorite toy banana, and instead of awkwardly refusing it, the princess accepted the toy warmly and thanked her sincerely. For royal commentators, the interaction perfectly captured why Catherine's popularity continues, growing globally. Because despite future responsibilities as queen, she increasingly appears comfortable breaking small royal barriers to create meaningful personal moments. Another major focus of Catherine's public work has been early childhood development. According to the Princess of Wales, emotional experiences during the earliest years of life shape people far more deeply than society often realizes. That belief eventually became the foundation of her Shaping Us campaign, launched through the Royal Foundation Centre for Early Childhood. Royal experts say this project is especially important because it represents something beyond traditional ribbon-cutting royal duties. It reflects a long-term mission Catherine appears personally invested in. Rather than focusing solely on ceremonial appearances, she increasingly centered her work around emotional well-being, family support, and childhood development. And, according to commentators, that focus may ultimately define her royal legacy more than fashion headlines or public appearances ever could. Still, what fascinates royal observers most is how naturally these moments seem to happen. They rarely feel scripted. There are no dramatic speeches, no carefully rehearsed emotional performances. Instead, many of Catherine's most viral interactions happen unexpectedly. A spontaneous hug, a conversation with a nervous child, a promise remembered months later, a royal convoy stopping for one excited little girl, And perhaps that authenticity is exactly why so many people feel emotionally connected to her, because behind the palace titles, behind the royal protocol, and behind the centuries of monarchy tradition, people increasingly see something simpler: a mother, a listener, someone trying to bring warmth into an institution historically known for emotional distance. Today, Princess Catherine remains one of the most closely watched women in the world. Every appearance is analyzed, every gesture discussed, every interaction filmed by millions. But according to royal commentators, the moments that truly shaped her public image were never the grand ceremonies. They were the quiet human moments hidden in between: the hugs, the laughter, compassion, the instinctive reactions no palace advisor could ever fully script. And as conversations surrounding the future of the monarchy continue evolving, many royal observers now believe those emotional connections may become one of the institution's greatest strengths moving forward. Because in a modern world, increasingly demanding authenticity from public figures, compassion may matter more than perfection. Thanks for watching Crowned Insider. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Princess Catherine's most emotional moments with children, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more royal family stories, hidden palace moments, and untold monarchy updates. We'll see you in the next video.